Hello, welcome to my first video blog thing. For those of you who don't know me, my name is James Beckley. This is Mars, who is staying with us for the week. Hello, Mars. Yep, Mars is here as my technical advisor today because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But anyway, so this is my blog. Mars, you gonna say something? You gonna join in? Have you read one of my books? No? Okay, so, and there's Roxy at the back. Hey, Rox. Deaf as a doorpost, isn't she? She can't hear us. Anyway, right. So, what are we here for today? Apart from having several dogs around me all the time, I am trying to be a writer. I published my first book last September. It's this one here, called The Boy She Left Behind. Here it is. Mars, you like that one? Yeah? Good. Roxy's not so keen. She's heard this all before. So anyway, The Boy She Left Behind is basically about the loss of my mum, who died suddenly in May 2022. Well, she's up there, always looking over me with an ice cream. But yeah, so this book was hard, but also quite easy to write all at the same time. It came quite naturally to me. Hello, Rox. I wanted to write something that might to help other people in my situation, or those who might be going through something similar in now or sometime in the future. Because when I went to look for stuff when it happened to me, there wasn't a lot out there for me. I read a book by Rob Delaney, who's an actor, comedian that is brilliant, very funny on Twitter. We're not calling it X. And he wrote a book. It was heartbreaking about the death of his young son Henry, who he lost a few years back. You can't compare the death of a child to anything else, really. I don't think, but at the same time, I felt like there needed to be something out there for other people in different situations as well. Rob's book's brilliant. I thoroughly recommend it to everybody. It kind of made me think that I needed to write my own experiences out, and not just about what happened, but about everything that comes afterwards, like the admin and the planning and the sorting and all that kind of stuff, which really does take it out of you, and you kind of know, but you don't really know what to expect. Lots of it. But yeah, so I wrote everything down. It kind of jumps between stuff happening on the day that we lost her and going back to a lot happier memories, and then things that just knock you for six, like you have to prove someone's death to Virgin Media and stuff like that, which I think is outrageous. What you really don't want to be doing after losing like your mum, your parent, or your husband or anything is having to explain to someone at Virgin Media in a lot of depth, and give them a copy of the death certificate. But anyway, so there's lots of stuff like that in there. It's I've had some amazing feedback on it. It's people are talking to me about their own experiences. People are kind of saying to me they've got them thinking about what's going to happen with them in the future, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to start up conversations, because it's not exclusively for men, but men are often seen as the ones that have to be strong and carry on, especially in British way and all that, and it's seen as a weakness if you show any emotion. I think that's a load of bullshit, pardon my expression, because I think we should be able to show emotion, because I think the more you hold it in, the worse it gets from previous experience, and other things take over. It leaves you vulnerable, and it leaves you anything, any kind of mental issues may come up. So yeah, it's all about that. It's also available in this beautiful hardback copy. Very hard. Yes, that is me on the front, sitting like Forrest Gump's kid. And that's my mum. I'm not sitting like Forrest Gump. This apparently is Southampton Pier, I think we found out. Don't really have any recollection of going there, other than when my uncle was trying to take us somewhere else, and we ended up stuck in Southampton. But yeah, so that was that's another book entirely. But yeah, so this is available on Amazon in hardback and paperback, either one, and also in on Kindle. I can't physically show you a Kindle, I suppose. I could show you on my phone. But yeah, it is on Kindle. Kindle Unlimited. If you're signed up to that, you can read along with it on there. Exploring having an audible version of it, which a lot of people have asked for. We may well be able to do something with that soon. Just want to find the right voice. I don't know whether my voice is up to it. Maybe we need someone a bit more trained. But yeah, so that's it. That's my book, my first book anyway, The Boy She Left Behind, available now. I'd really want to see this out there a bit more in other places as well, because I really do think from the feedback I'm getting, which you'll see on my website if you go to the reviews and feedback, it's incredible. Sold a lot more than I thought I was going to, so thank you to everybody that has bought it. If you haven't bought it, please do. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. I'd love to, just delve deep into there a bit and try and help people out a bit more. I've had counselling. I've had, I've spoken to mediums. I've spoken to many different people. So anything that you want to talk to on that, on the subject of grief and bereavement and that, I'm more than happy to do that with anybody. Because people out there helped me at the time. I went to Cruise bereavement support, and I had a counsellor there called Mark for quite a while, and he was brilliant. Actually saw him privately afterwards for a while, because we kept sort of unearthing more in here as we went along. I also then went to have like a top-up counselling through the NHS at St Helier, where I work. But yeah, that was amazing as well. Resolved quite a lot of things there, and I've had another top up since as well. I think everybody needs counselling. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for it. It's good to, I'm not going to say it's good to talk, but it's good to talk to the right people. And I'm more than happy to start with anybody. There's a little place on this website where you can leave comments or send a message. You can sign up to have email updates about my new books and things going forwards. So yeah, it's there's a lot going on in there. So please have a look around. I then wrote a tiny little book afterwards. Just released it on Halloween, just to keep things going. This was about my true life ghost story, I believe is the phrase I used, where I've had stuff happening to me from when I was a kid, which I didn't really think about as ghostly at the time. Now it makes a lot more sense around that area. Things that my dad's kind of told me since, things that I kind of remember, and things I've had conversations with other people about. And also I'm really into Uncanny on BBC Sounds, and on BBC Two, hosted by Danny Robbins. It's fantastic. It's about trying to look at people's encounters with ghosts and stuff, and they have skeptics and believers on there, and they sort of really have a good conversation about either or. So I went to see Uncanny live in Kingston a couple of years ago, and I was going to tell my story then. I bottled out of it for some reason, felt a bit weird about it, so I didn't tell my story that night. Went home that night and had a massive experience in the middle of the night where I was, well, I'm not going to tell you everything because it's in the book, but there was a big experience that I believe like that sort of Uncanny's kind of opened up these things again. Conversation with the medium who I met, who is amazing, Keely. You'll read about her in The Boy She Left Behind if you want to read it. Please do. But she sort of told me something that cemented this ghost story as well. And it's all about my great-grandmother. Spoke to my dad and his sister about it before we got it out. Don't eat the plant, please, Mars. Mars, away from the plant. Thank you. And they were more than happy with it. It's my story at the end of the day. But yeah, So I wrote this short story. It's called Nanny Stairs, which will come to understand why it's called Nanny Stairs when you read the book. It's about my great-grandmother, and that is me, the little angelic blonde boy on the front. And that's my great-grandmother there, who was awesome and still hangs around. But yeah, so as you can see, it's only a tiny little book, so it's not that expensive. It's also on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. Must get the name right of that. And that, that came out in October, so you can get that as well now. Very little, but yeah, it's just a little short story just to keep it going while I work on my neck. I'm watching you. I can see you. Oh, he's found the remote controls, everybody. Belt and Matt, who own Mars, will understand that completely, that he's found the remote controls. We're in real big trouble now. But anyway, so back to my books. Yeah, all available on Amazon at the moment. I would happily, that was Mars, by the way, happily sell them anywhere else if anybody's interested to get in contact with me. I'm working on another book right now, which I'm about halfway through. Hope to have it finished in like another month or two. Which I really love, and I think you're going to like it. It's another kind of personal one, but don't think I'll offend anybody with this one. Not that I'm too concerned, but it's all about music. It's all I'm going to tell you at the moment. But yeah, it's about music and its importance in people's lives and how it can remind you of things and take you back to certain places. Anyway, so that's a bit of a bigger book that I'm writing this time. It's going to be quite a thick one, I think. But yeah, that should be with us by about March, April. If you want to get updates on that, please hang around and Mars, what are you doing? Hey, you're on camera, look. Caught you on camera. Here. Naughty dog. He's not really, he's really good. Really sweet. He's like my shadow, but now he'll hate me because I'm going to try and trick him away from remote controls. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Please take a look at my books. Boy She Left Behind and Nanny Stairs on Amazon. You'll find the links in here. Find me on social media. Please give me a follow. And that's it. Thank you very much. And please come again. Cheers. Right. What are you doing? This video has been sponsored by James Beckley's Dog Behaviourist School. Thank you. Bye-bye.